Well, today's video is going to be a little different, and by little, I mean little. We have here a Mountain Billy Gun Lab GOAT-15. So this is a miniature AR-15 chambered in 22 LR. And as you can see, this thing looks like a miniature gun. It is a scaled down version of a normal AR-15. This one is chambered in 223. However, this one I do have a 22 conversion in, just for a comparison, kind of more comparing apples to apples here, since we're talking 22s. I bought this gun specifically for teaching and training my kids how to safely manipulate this weapon and shoot this weapon, and specifically because this is probably the safest gun that I have seen to teach a brand new shooter. Some of the added features that they have given on this gun, which we'll go over today, make this an excellent starter gun for people. Kind of like the 22 Cricket in a bolt action. This is essentially a semi-auto version of what that was meant to be, where the Cricket had like a single load. You can only put one shell in it at a time. It was bolt action. It was tiny, light, so it was a very good starter and trainer gun for getting kids into shooting safely. This is similar to that. So we're going to go over some things here. I've got, I don't know, a few hundred rounds to this. We don't shoot it a ton. So, as far as like torture testing or anything, that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is just to show this gun off and talk about it. Not a lot of people have shot these. They're, I think, a fairly newer company. We've had this one for a couple years now, and it is very lightweight. I mean, this thing weighs nothing. It really does look and feel kind of like a toy. I hate saying it like that. But it is polymer, so it kind of gives that vibe. But it does have a full-length 16-inch barrel, and it's been very reliable for us. There is no gas system. This is not a gas gun. It's not a direct impingement. So it's just simply like a blowback, like a 10-22, something like that would be. But it's been very reliable for us. It shoots very good. It's got a lot of good features. We're going to talk about those. So I'll bring you in here, show you the gun up close, and then I'll go over some of the features with you. So my favorite part about this gun is that all of the controls are modeled after an AR-15, because this is a scaled down version of said. So it has the traditional safety on the left side of the gun. It's essentially kind of an ambidextrous safety, but the unique thing about their safety on the right side of the gun, it has the ability to pull this away and turn it, and it locks to where if you hand the kid the gun and put it on safe, they cannot take it off of safe by themselves with that lever until you're ready. And then you'll unlock that safety from here. Once that safety is unlocked, then they can put it on fire and shoot the gun. Also, it ships with a 1-round magazine. So I mentioned it being similar to a Cricket in the ability to have 1 round in the gun. So you could have a magazine in the gun, empty chamber. You could hand it to your child or friend, someone that you're teaching to shoot for the first time if they've never handled a weapon. You could have it on safe. You could lock the safety. You could have 1 round in the mag with nothing in the chamber. You have a safe gun that they can kind of get used to, keeping down range, making sure they've got good muzzle control and everything. And then once you're confident that they are ready, you could put a round in the chamber, and then again, see how they react, see if they're confident enough. You could take it, unlock the safety, allow them to put 1 shot down range, and then you have an empty gun. So this is a very good way to train someone that has no previous history with shooting, that doesn't really know, maybe this is their first time out at the range. You can go over all of the fundamentals, all of the safety, the basics of weapons manipulation. And this is probably the safest gun that I have seen to do so, similar to like the Cricket or something like that. So again, 1-round magazine. Mine shipped with a 5-round magazine. Most of them ship with a 10-round magazine. The newer ones, this was an older one. I don't know if that was because it was an older one, but they ship with a 10-round magazine and a 1-round magazine for training purposes. They also sell additional 10-round magazines on their website. So some of the cool features of this gun. This gun, unloaded like this, weighs under 3 pounds. It is 2 pounds 14 ounces, so just a couple ounces shy of 3 pounds, but this is a sub 3 pound gun, as opposed to a standard AR-15, especially one with like a 22 conversion like this. You're talking about a 6, maybe 6.5 pound gun here. And this is a very comparable gun to this. They're, again, this is just essentially a scaled down version. They obviously have to follow all of the federal regulations on lengths and stuff. So this still has a 16-inch barrel. It still meets the minimum requirement for the overall length. It has a adjustable collapsible stock. So, if I were to shoot this thing, I'd have it extended out. If I were teaching someone smaller than myself to shoot it, you can collapse that in, and it allows you to be fully adjustable, which is one of the best benefits of an AR-15 is the adjustability, the compatibility. So a couple things, again, very much like an AR-15, it has the bolt catch there with the release, just like an AR-15 does. The magazine release is the exact same as well. This gun is just a scaled down version. It has the charge handle up here. And again, not gas, not direct impingement, but direct blowback. So it's been pretty reliable. This does have a 1 in 16 twist barrel, which is much better for shooting 22 more accurately, as opposed to taking a gun like this and putting a 22 conversion in it. But you've got, on this gun, it's got a 1 in 9 twist barrel. The 1 in 9 twist doesn't work as well for 22 LR. This is designed for the 5.56-223. But a lot of people do these conversion kits. They're good enough, but I will tell you, shooting out of the correct twist rate is much better. So it is nice to have a dedicated gun for 22. It's very similar to an AR-15. It is a blast to shoot. This would actually also make an excellent backpack gun if you're going hiking and you want to bring a little 22 with you. If you're squirrel hunting or other small game, this is an excellent choice because it's very light, it's easy to carry. Still has a lot of great attachments. Has the M-lock on the front, so you could put a lot of the accessories that you'd want on like an AR-15 on the front of this thing. You could do a bipod, you could do a sling. If you wanted to put like a small bag on it to rest, whatever other attachment you're looking for. And also, speaking of attachments, it is threaded. It is threaded by the standard .28, so it's easy to suppress if you are interested in doing that. Which I have shot this thing suppressed. It is a blast. I just I would love to get a little bit lighter suppressor. The one that I have is an old stainless steel SWR Spectre 2. That thing is a tank for a 22 can, but it's designed for a 5.7. But back to the gun. So 1/2 inch by 28, you can put a light suppressor on this thing, and this would be an excellent choice for hunting small game, or again, training a new shooter. Suppress shooting, one of the best ways to train new shooters. They don't get the bad training of reacting to the sound or the blast, so you would be able to train them to shoot better, smoother, with it being suppressed. So much better. We put a small red dot on here, which is what Mountain Billy Gun Labs recommends. They recommend a red dot for this gun, not like a full-size scope. A full-size scope would be a little ridiculous on it. It works out excellent with the little red dot. So again, this is a really light, very small, scaled down version of this, and it is a blast to shoot. So we're going to get a little range time, put a few rounds down range, and I'll kind of let you know some feedback of what I think about it, and we'll go from there. Guys, well, hopefully the audio is not terrible. I've got a new microphone, but I bought a cheapie. I'm going to have to upgrade to a better one. Hopefully I can get some views on these videos, make me feel like spending the money on that is substantial enough. Sorry. We'll go back to the gun here. So I'm going to put a few rounds down range. I've got a 1-round magazine loaded up. I've got the safety unlocked where I can manipulate it. The lock again is on the right side of the gun. So I've got a 1-round magazine loaded. I'm going to put 1 round on range, and then we'll switch over to our 5-round magazine. And this is not really a reliability test per se, because honestly, this gun's super dirty. I haven't cleaned it since we've been shooting it, a few hundred rounds now. So, but mostly kind of function, and then it's been a while since I shot it, so I can kind of get a refresher to remember what I do and don't like about this gun, and then update you from there. So again, mag goes in and comes out just like a normal AR, just a lot more compact and smaller since it's a scaled down version. We got the bolt release on this side, so we'll chamber around. And I got my red dot on, so I'm gonna put one round down range onto that target. I'll extend the stock out to where it fits me. All right, one round down range. The bolt does lock back, magazine comes out, bolt stays locked back. I'm gonna grab a new mag and load that mag up. This is a 5-rounder. I don't have any 10-rounders yet, although I do need to get some. So I'm gonna put safety on, put one in the chamber, put 5 rounds through it. All right, 5 rounds through it, bolt locks back, gun cycled well. I've had a few malfunctions through the few hundred rounds that we've shot, but again, 22 LR, one of a very dirty round, unless you're using very good expensive ammunition, which even then I've had, those are fairly dirty as well. We've got Ely and Lapua for some of our long range rimfire rigs, and even those have issues of dirt and reliability sometimes, just because 22 LR, unfortunately, it's just kind of the nature of the beast. But back to this gun, one of the things that I don't like about it, I will say, is that trigger. For the size of this gun, that trigger is terrible. It's probably like 5 pounds, and I get the purpose of that. I understand needing a little heavier trigger for, gosh dang, these bugs are loud today. I understand needing the heavier trigger for a new shooter and for training a new shooter and handing a gun to someone that maybe not have much experience with one. But I would like to see maybe like a 3-pound trigger, or even offering an aftermarket trigger to make this gun a little more pleasant to shoot. Because it does not take regular AR-15 triggers, so you can't just do like a drop-in, Hyperfire or Geisley or whatever. This is its own proprietary trigger from what I can see. And because the gun weighs less than 3 pounds and the trigger is like 5 pounds, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it fits the gun well. But I do like a lot about this gun. It has a good twist rate. It's, accurate enough. I mean, we've shot it on paper out to 100 yards, and it does pretty well. It's obviously not as good as like our precision rigs, but it shoots very well. It cycles pretty well. We've had a few malfunctions here and there, but again, I've actually never cleaned this gun since we got it. I mean, the chamber of this thing is disgusting because, again, 22 problems. So a good cleaning would go a long ways, but it cycled everything that we just fed it. It's reliable enough. It's fun to shoot. It's super lightweight. This would be a great gun to throw in a little pouch on a backpack to have for a hiking trip, for going through the woods and maybe, hunting squirrel or something with your kids or even by yourself. I see a lot of uses for this gun beyond just training my, younger children how to use it safely, which was the primary purpose I bought it for, admittedly. But I can see us using this a lot even down the road. We currently have been a little bit. My daughter's at the age now where we're showing her, how to handle guns safely and know what to do with them. That way she's safe around them. So that was the primary purpose of getting something like this. So again, it's less than $500, at least in stores. Their online website might show it being a little higher MSRP, but for the price of this gun, you're getting a fair amount, especially considering the size and weight of it. So, I would be nice to see this gun a little less expensive because it is mostly polymer, but it's a unique gun. It's the only one of its kind that I know of is this brand, Mountain Billy Gun Lab. So for that purpose, it is, I think, very well priced. A nice little red dot on top, and you've got yourself a full package. There's not a whole lot you need to buy for this. So, maybe a couple extra mags if you wanted them, and the red dot, and you're kind of set. So that's what I like about it. It's a lot of fun to shoot and a great tool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please, guys, if you can like, subscribe, share it with a friend. I want to grow this channel a little bit. I'm going to keep going through some of the guns we have. All of our stuff that we are reviewing generally comes out of our own private collection, so we are spending our hard-earned dollars on these items for me to bring some reviews to you guys. So please help us out. It doesn't cost you anything to hit like, maybe make a comment, and please subscribe, guys. Have a great day.